Minister, we will start collecting a couple of questions to open a dialogue with Excellency. Please, Dr. Fahmi.
I will be short. I'm glad to...
As always, you are being short as always. You know that we were together in the class. Yes, he was the one.
You are a politician and a high order standard technician. I am a technician. I am from the university. I am not a politician. But when you have given your phrases about the 25th of January revolution, this given me the appetite of talking about a small flash in politics. We and all of us, and you know that water resource in Egypt, the consumer is, as you mentioned perfectly, 85% is the farmer. And the farmers are not homogeneous in Egypt. And agriculture and water use in Egypt is not only a technical problem, it's a social one too.
So cultural one.
It's a cultural one too. Really, we are agreeing upon that. So I will ask you in this very high standard meeting to launch something, some sort of national conference on water resources in Egypt that will collect not only the high standard technicians, the policy makers in the government and the ministry, not only the academia, but also the new and the old farmers, those who are playing with our water sources on a daily basis. And when we admit some type of remanagement and introduce a new management of our water sources on the field scale or something, or even on a regional scale, or even at the national scale, we need their efforts. Without them, we fail. So I ask you openly, before everybody, to launch this idea and to consider it, and you have perfect experts that can dial their numbers and get arrangement for that issue. Second point, and within 30 seconds I stop. The second issue is I make use of the advantage and the achievement of the January revolution. We have no more fear in this country. We talk with the politicians without no more fear.
No barrier.
No barrier. This old barrier has fallen out. Okay? So, I haven't fear from any minister now as I have had before. I say it frankly. Now, we are suffering still in this country from a certain, between brackets, Berlin Wall, between, excuse me of the term, it's an imagination or a figure or image of the situation, between the ministries, agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture and its institute, research institute, Ministry of Water Resources and its 14 or 12 institutes, research institutes, and where we are in the university or other research institutions in the country or in non-governmental organizations, with the exception of Dr. Magdi and other fellows here, we are not the majority. The majority is suffering from Berlin Wall. Berlin Wall between the research center of the government and between the academia. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. You didn't let me talk about our past relationship, friendship. Just to tell you that we were together in the classroom.
Yes.
And Fahmi was a very good and caliber.
Until now.
Yes. We were set together.
Troublemaker.
And then troublemaker. And then we have a window in the classroom. In the downstairs, they are playing soccer or something like this. So as my habit, I like to play soccer. Then, as long as there was the teacher in the class, I'm looking for the outside of the window. And Fahmi was the one who was concentrated in the classroom. So I still
remember
that
day.
Yeah.
Sure.
And also he asked for one moment, but There's a lot to speak. Anyhow, I am fully agree with you about these farmers. They should be on the board. And this is, we started in the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation to formulate what we call water user associations. These are representing all of the farmers. For each branch canal, there is one water users association for each branch canal. And now we are upgrading this to the main system. But still, we already established, say, maybe 1,500 water user associations. The target is about 8,000. So still we are working on this, but I agree with you that should be more communication with the farmers. They are the last beneficiaries of the system. And that's why I said, today we have a lot of complaints about this at the end of the system, about shortage of water and so violations and all of this. But this is real, and we're working on this. The second about, you mentioned about coordination, communication between different involved ministries, yes?
Yes, right.
For the Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Water Resources, we believe they are one coin. In the board director of the National Water Resources Center already include the chair of the Agriculture Center in the Ministry of Agriculture, and the vice versa. Yes, this is, and we have some. During this rice season, we have a committee for each governorate. We have the Undersecretary of Agriculture, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Water Resources Irrigation, and the Undersecretary of the Governor. They are three working together just to meet these challenges of the rice season. So there are some, but still I agree with you that we need more cooperation, more coordination with other, because we have also a relation with, as long as we are providing the water for all sectors, we should have this relation with the Ministry of Housing, the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Environment. There is a higher level committee including all of these ministers together, represented together. Yes, Minister of Housing. Yeah, there. Because we are the problem of treated wastewater. This is a very big. We have 6 billion cubic meters of wastewater, and we are in need of each drop of this. So, treatment of wastewater is an obligation. It is a priority. So far, 40% only is treated, and we still have to direct a budget to continue with this for the next 5 years.
بنسمع عن الحكومة على مستوى جميع الوزارات الناس بتدور على التكنولوجي.
Identify yourself first.
Wissam al-Mahbub, One Corporation.
Now we have a question from Mr. Wissam. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. الحكومة دايما بتتكلم على جميع الوزارات
always talk
على النيو تكنولوجي
We are talking about new technology.
لكن احنا كناس في السوق لما بنروح نعمل زيارات للناس اللي بتطبق الكلام ده بنلاقيهم عندهم مشكلة ان هم خايفين يطبقوا النيو تكنولوجي او متعودين على اولد تكنولوجي بيطبقوها بقالها سنين كتيرة ومصممين ان هم يستمروا في هذه التكنولوجي. حتى احنا لما بنعرض عليهم سوليوشن ارخص وبيدي مور كواليتي حتى على الراننج كوست او الكابيتال كوست، يعني انا بوفر له فلوس وبدي له حاجه كواليتي اعلى، لكن الناس يعني 80% من الناس اللي احنا بنقابلهم، يعني انا بنقل لحضرتك الصوره في الماركت النهارده ستيل عايز يفضل على التكنولوجي اللي هو شغال عليها. فانا عايز اعرف ازاي يعني ان شاء الله يعني الحكومه تقدر توصل الفكره للناس اللي بتطبق الكلام ده في الشركات وفي المؤسسات والمصالح.
Yes, for somehow you are right about this, but still you need to work harder. I mean, you have to be smart to convince the institutions about your production. How you can attract this? Some companies offer the pilot area where they can do, and if it's a success story, then they can continue with the company. So it's. I give you an example. When we started to introduce the drainage system in the farmers' field, you know the farmers are very intelligent, and they are not easily accept anything in their lands. When we started, the machines came into the lands, and then they said no, and they stopped, and they refused to let the machine go to the fields. However, we did a pilot area where the machines did the job, and the system was implemented, the drainage system, and then after 1 year, the production was increased by 20 to 30%. Now there is a list of farmers asking for introducing the drainage for the areas. So it depends also on you to be as much as smart just to attract the involved ministry. So it's both type communication. Yes, but try it and you will find you offer that we are doing so, and if it's a success, then you continue with me. If it's not a success, then you have the risk. Okay?
Yusuf Karaga. I am origin Iraqi, but I've been 40 years in the United States. I am a U.S. citizen.
تتكلم عربي ولا؟
أحكي شوي عربي بس أحكي بالإنجليزي أحسن خاصة الأشياء العلمية. Okay, I'll ask you a serious question. I am giving a talk tomorrow about climate change, and because I'm in the United States, I was surprised how much increased temperature and climate change will affect the water in Egypt. I know most of your water comes from the Nile, 95% of it, but the issues that will affect you in Egypt, of course, have to do with evapotranspiration. That will take quite a bit of water. The precipitation will decrease by 10 to 20% by the end of this century. And even more important, the water sea level rise, IPCC said it will rise by 40%. This was 2007. The new scientists, the new studies indicate actually it will be more than 1 meter by the end of this century. When it comes to even half a meter rise in seawater, the amount of area affected in the delta is huge. 6 million people will be affected. So if it goes to a meter, you can imagine how serious things will be. Are you taking this climate change seriously?
Yes.
And what is your ministry doing about it to sort of mitigate it for Egypt?
You will be here for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay.